Welcome, jewels of inestimable value. The most dangerous kind of person is the one who can't be swayed by the masses. This isn't just a clever line, it's a cold, hard fact. In a world where society thrives on conformity, people are subtly nudged, pressured, and molded into predictable patterns. But then there's the Sigma female. She stands apart, not just because she's different, but because she's immune. Immune to brainwashing, immune to manipulation, and immune to the relentless tug-of-war for her mind. Studies have shown that over 70% of individuals fall victim to groupthink at some point in their lives, but not the Sigma female. Her mind operates on a level most people can't even begin to comprehend. The question is, how does she do it? How does she stay unshakably independent in a world designed to make everyone fall in line? The answer lies in her unconventional strengths that society can't even begin to control. Number 1. Emotionally unshackled, the power of not being easily offended. Sigma females have a superpower that makes them nearly untouchable. They don't get easily offended. In a world that thrives on outrage and knee-jerk reactions, this is a rare and priceless skill. Society, more than ever, manipulates people through emotional triggers. People get angry, defensive, or seek validation at every corner. But for the Sigma female, none of that noise gets under her skin. Why? Because she knows her worth isn't tied to what others say or think. The opinions, insults, or even praise of strangers carry little weight in her world. Her emotional independence isn't just about having thick skin, it's about being truly free. When you're not spending your energy reacting to every little jab or chasing approval, you have the mental clarity to focus on what really matters. Sigma females don't allow themselves to be emotional puppets, and that makes them incredibly difficult to manipulate. People who thrive on drama can't pull her into their vortex because she's not playing the same game. She doesn't need the last word or to prove herself to anyone, which is where the real power lies. Her secret weapon? Detachment. She's mastered the art of letting things go, so instead of getting riled up, she uses her energy for things that actually move her forward. Emotional reactions are distractions, and Sigma females simply don't have time for that. They understand that getting worked up over every little thing just gives others control over them. So, while everyone else is busy being offended or trying to win arguments, the Sigma female is cruising through, untouchable and unstoppable. It's no surprise that this emotional calm makes her impossible to brainwash, because if you can't shake her, you can't control her. She's immune to the outrage machine, and that's her edge. Number 2. The paradox of non-participation. Sigma females understand that true power doesn't come from jumping into every conversation or playing every social game. It's the paradox of non-participation. While the rest of the world is caught in a constant loop of engagement, fighting to be seen, heard, or validated, she deliberately chooses when to engage and when to pull back. She knows that being everywhere is the fastest way to lose yourself, so she remains selective, observing the chaos from the sidelines and picking her battles wisely. This strategy confuses people. Society operates on a system of rewards for participation, likes, comments, recognition, but she's not after those cheap wins. She understands that stepping out of the race gives her a vantage point that others can't access. By not conforming to the expectation of constant involvement, she maintains an air of mystery, a kind of silent control. It's not that she doesn't care, it's that she cares about things on a much deeper level, things that actually matter. She's mastered the art of not needing to be part of the noise, and that alone sets her apart in a world where everyone else is fighting to be relevant. The less she participates, the less she can be controlled. Society can't dictate the behavior of someone who refuses to play by its rules. And in this selective engagement, she maintains her independence and mental clarity. The paradox is this: the less she's involved, the more power she holds. She's a ghost in the system, untouchable and unpredictable, with an influence that's felt even when she's nowhere to be seen. This is the ultimate form of strength, owning your presence by strategically withholding it, and in doing so, she cannot be brainwashed or swayed like the masses around her. Number 3, mastery of self-perception. Mastery of self-perception is where Sigma females truly shine. While most people are constantly adjusting their identity based on the feedback they get from others, A Sigma female has a rock-solid sense of self that doesn't waver. She's not bending herself to fit into the latest mold society hands her, nor is she scrambling to be liked or approved of. In fact, she's the one writing her own definition. Her sense of self isn't on sale for anyone's approval, and that's exactly why society can't manipulate her. In a world that's obsessed with labels and categories, are you this or that? Do you fit here or there? Sigma females float above it all. They don't need to fit into any box because they've crafted their own space. And while everyone else is busy trying to be seen in the right light, she couldn't care less about how others see her. She knows exactly who she is, and more importantly, who she's not. This mastery is what makes her untouchable. The moment you know yourself deeply and without doubt, no external force can sway you. People's opinions, just noise, trends, irrelevant. Criticism, only valuable if it aligns with her self-defined goals. This unshakable clarity allows her to move through the world with a quiet confidence that others find both intimidating and intriguing. She's like a fortress, impenetrable and unchanging in her core identity. While the world tries to bend people to its will, telling them who they should be, the Sigma female simply stands firm, unmoved. She knows the game being played, and better yet, she's already won by refusing to play. This is why she can't be brainwashed. Society has no leverage on someone who controls their own perception entirely. Her sense of self is her greatest power, and nothing can take that away from her. Number 4, a deep sense of cosmic accountability. Sigma. Females move through life with an almost cosmic sense of responsibility. While most people are content living within the lines society has drawn, she knows there's something much bigger at play. This isn't just about ticking off boxes or following a set path. It's about being accountable to a deeper sense of purpose. It's like she's got an unspoken contract with the universe, and she takes that seriously. There's no room for small-minded, trivial goals because for her, everything is connected to a much larger picture. She doesn't waste her energy chasing the superficial stuff society tries to feed her because she feels accountable on a different level. There's this gravitational pull toward integrity, truth, and personal growth. She isn't doing things to impress others or to get ahead in some social ladder because, to her, that ladder is an illusion. The Sigma female answers to something far greater, and that's why she can't be swayed by the usual nonsense society throws at people to keep them in line. This deep sense of cosmic accountability is her shield against manipulation. She's playing a game most people don't even know exists, so how could she be distracted by society's petty concerns? It's not that she doesn't see the world for what it is, it's that she sees beyond it. The big picture is always in her mind, making her immune to the noise and pressure that sideline most people. She's not living for instant gratification or superficial wins. It's all about staying aligned with her core values, no matter how much the world tries to pull her in different directions. Society's shallow attempts at brainwashing don't stand a chance when she's guided by something so deeply rooted, it feels like it was written in the stars. Number 5. Cognitive independence, the freedom to question. Sigma females are wired differently because they possess something that's practically a superpower these days: cognitive independence. While most people blindly follow the crowd, swayed by trends, media, and social expectations, the Sigma female lives by one rule: question everything. And that's why she's impossible to brainwash. She doesn't just accept things at face value. Whether it's a societal norm or the latest must-do trend, she's the type to dissect it, ask why it exists, and whether it actually makes any sense. The beauty of this mindset is that it makes her a mental ninja. She slips through the traps that catch others because she's always looking beyond the surface. Society loves to put things in neat little boxes for people to accept without thinking, but that's where the Sigma female draws the line. She refuses to be spoon-fed ideas or beliefs. She doesn't jump on every bandwagon just because everyone else is on it. In fact, she's often the one waving goodbye from the sidelines while everyone else is locked in a pointless race to nowhere. And let's be honest, there's something refreshing about someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo. It's like she has built-in radar for nonsense, and she's not shy about questioning it. Her independence of thought allows her to break free from the mental chains that bind others. It's not about being contrarian for the sake of it. It's about using her brain to its full capacity, and she'll be damned if she lets anyone do her thinking for her. In a world where people are constantly told what to think, what to feel, and how to act, the Sigma female remains gloriously untamed. Her ability to think for herself is not just a skill, it's her ticket to freedom from the grip of societal brainwashing. Number 6. Invisibility as a weapon. Invisibility is the Sigma female's secret weapon, and she wields it like a master. While everyone else is busy trying to be seen, heard, and validated, she moves quietly under the radar. It's not that she lacks presence, far from it. She just knows the power in not being the loudest or most obvious person in the room. The less attention she draws, the more control she has over her environment. Society can't manipulate what it can't see, and that's where her strength lies. Being invisible isn't about shrinking or hiding. It's about knowing when to step out of the spotlight. While the world is obsessed with status and recognition, the Sigma female operates in the shadows, observing, understanding, and making moves that catch others off guard. Her subtlety is her superpower. She doesn't need to broadcast her intentions or advertise her success. By staying low-key, she remains unpredictable and impossible to corner. The beauty of invisibility is that it allows her to bypass societal expectations without resistance. Society can't box her in or define her because she's not playing by the usual rules. She's not seeking approval or validation, so there's no leverage for others to control her. Her ability to remain elusive gives her the upper hand in nearly every situation. The world can't manipulate what it can't track, and while others are falling into traps of conformity, she's already 2 steps ahead. This stealth mode also keeps her from being drained by the pressures that weigh so heavily on others. She's not drowning in comparison, trying to keep up with trends, or caught in endless social games. While society tries to keep tabs on everyone else, the Sigma female simply disappears, unscathed and untouchable, making moves only when it suits her. Number 7. The emotional firewall. Sigma females have something that most people don't even realize they need: an emotional firewall. This isn't just a defense mechanism, it's a finely tuned barrier that protects them from the emotional overload society throws at everyone. While most people are bombarded with guilt trips, manipulation, and emotional blackmail, the Sigma female remains cool and composed. Why? Because she's got this incredible ability to filter out what truly matters from all the noise. Her emotional firewall doesn't mean she's cold or disconnected, far from it. She feels deeply, but she's mastered the art of not letting her emotions control her. This makes her practically invincible when it comes to societal pressure. People can try to guilt her, shame her, or pull her into their emotional dramas, but none of it sticks. It's like trying to set a fire in the rain. She's just not flammable. What's even more impressive is that she doesn't need to lash out or explain herself when faced with emotional manipulation. She doesn't get sucked into the drama or engage in petty emotional tug-of-wars. Instead, she calmly sidesteps it, leaving the manipulators confused and frustrated. The Sigma female knows that reacting emotionally is giving away power, and she's not in the business of handing out control to others. This emotional strength makes her a fortress against society's attempts to steer her in any direction. She chooses how she feels, and more importantly, who gets to influence those feelings. And because her emotions are her own, she can't be swayed or brainwashed by societal pressures. It's not about being detached, it's about being in full control. Society can try its hardest to breach her defenses, but her emotional firewall remains standing stronger than ever. Number 8. Rejection of binary labels. Sigma females are champions of complexity, thriving in a world that loves to simplify people into neat little categories. The rejection of binary labels is not just a quirk, it's a way of life that fuels their independence and sharpens their critical thinking. While society tries to cram everyone into boxes marked alpha or beta, the Sigma female simply raises an eyebrow and carries on her merry way. She knows that people are multidimensional. like a Rubik's Cube that refuses to be solved by a one-size-fits-all approach. This ability to reject oversimplification allows her to see individuals for who they truly are, beyond just societal labels. Are you an introverted extrovert, a sensitive tough guy, a playful cynic? She embraces the nuances and contradictions in herself and others, which means she's far less likely to fall for society's one-dimensional narratives. While others scramble to fit themselves into predefined roles, she walks her own unique path, charting a course that's all her own. By breaking free from these limiting labels, she keeps the chains of societal expectations at bay. She refuses to be defined by what others think she should be. This refusal is empowering. It gives her the space to explore different aspects of her personality without fear of judgment. No label can box her in, and that's liberating. Her multifaceted nature is what makes her so intriguing and captivating. Society might try to categorize her, but she remains a delightful puzzle, forever evolving and defying easy explanation. The Sigma female's rejection of binary labels is not just a rebellion, it's a celebration of individuality that allows her to thrive and connect with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. So while the world tries to put everyone in a box, she's busy painting her own masterpiece, one brushstroke at a time. Number 9. Intuitive decoding of social programming. Sigma females possess an uncanny ability to decode social programming. They see right through the surface-level expectations that society places on people and aren't fooled by the carefully packaged narratives that keep most people in line. While everyone else is playing along with the script, the Sigma female is quietly rewriting it. She's like the hacker of social norms, breaking through the illusions that most people buy into without question. This intuitive decoding isn't something she had to be taught. It's almost instinctual. From a young age, she's been able to spot the hidden agendas, the unspoken rules, and the subtle manipulation that governs how people are supposed to behave. But instead of letting it control her, she picks it apart and decides whether it's worth following. Spoiler alert, it usually isn't. She knows that most of what society pushes is designed to keep people in boxes, following trends and chasing approval. And she's not here for any of it. Her ability to see through the smoke and mirrors gives her a freedom that few can ever attain. She's not driven by the need to fit in or follow the herd. When society says, "This is the way things are done," the Sigma female's first instinct is to ask, why? And if the answer doesn't make sense to her, if it's just another layer of social programming designed to keep people in check, she's out. This is what makes her impossible to brainwash. She's not operating on autopilot like so many others. She's fully awake, questioning every move, every rule, and every so-called truth. While society is busy feeding everyone the same script, the Sigma female has already cracked the code and moved on to write her own story. In a world constantly pushing for conformity, Sigma females stand as powerful beacons of individuality and self-determination. Their ability to reject societal norms, decode social programming, and navigate life on their own terms is not just inspiring, it's revolutionary. They remind us that true strength lies in embracing complexity and authenticity, refusing to be limited by the simplistic narratives society attempts to impose. By fostering a mindset that values self-awareness and emotional resilience, they carve their own paths, challenging the status quo every step of the way. As we wrap up this exploration into the extraordinary traits of Sigma females, let's take a moment to reflect on the power of nonconformity. It's a call to action for each of us to question the boxes we've been placed in and to embrace our unique identities, just like the Sigma females who are unapologetically themselves. If you found this discussion enlightening and empowering, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join a community that values authenticity, individuality, and the incredible journey of self-discovery. Your journey to understanding and celebrating your unique self starts here, and we can't wait to explore more extraordinary topics with you. Together, let's embrace our Sigma spirit and redefine what it means to live life on our own terms. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and stay blessed.